Well, the future for me, of course, is to stay on the circuit. I'm only 21 years old, and really my career, I think, has just started. I hope that.
I believe that Curren is the only Californian who's really a contender for the world title.
Tom Curren lives a life that is truly out of this world. With that signature bottom turn, so smooth it seems almost supernatural. Three-time world champion Tom Curren has been called surfing's greatest artist. But while his graceful style made him a legend in the water, it's his unconventional life choices that truly set him apart. Today, we go beyond the perfect wave to discover how Tom Curren's extraordinary mind shaped not just surfing history, but a life lived entirely on his own terms. Thomas Roland Curren was born on July 3, 1964, in Santa Barbara, California, to a family whose legacy in surfing ran deep. His father, Pat Curren, was both a big wave pioneer who tackled Waimea Bay and an acclaimed surfboard shaper, a dual heritage of performance and craftsmanship that would profoundly influence Tom's approach to the sport. While Pat shaped boards and dove for abalone, Tom's mother Janine ran a local bikini shop. By age 6, Tom received his own board, shaped by Pat himself, beginning a journey on the legendary point breaks of Rincon. Behind this idyllic coastal childhood, tensions brewed as Pat and Janine's marriage dissolved. As a teenager navigating this family upheaval, Tom experimented with marijuana and alcohol. Amid this uncertainty, two forces provided structure: the ocean's rhythms and Christianity, introduced by his mother, who drove him to countless competitions along California's coast. By 14, Curren was winning the U.S. Surfing Championships, claiming both national and world junior titles by 1980. Before his 18th birthday, he turned professional, signing with Rip Curl and Ocean Pacific. His trajectory was meteoric. By 1985, at just 21, he became world champion, winning 5 events that season and defeating his Australian rival, Mark Occhilupo, in the legendary semi-final at Bells Beach.
Tom Curren, the quintessential Californian, seems to fit this image perfectly. But Tom Curren has always tried to be more than just a stereotype. Talent and hard work made him, at 21, the youngest world champion in the history of competitive.
What made Curren exceptional wasn't just his victories, but how he won. His collaboration with Al Merrick of Channel Islands Surfboards produced the iconic Black Beauty model that perfectly complemented his revolutionary approach. With the then-new thruster fin setup, he developed a style that seemed to defy physics, smooth yet powerful, precise yet artistic. His signature double-pump bottom turn generated explosive maneuvers while he maintained a distinctive low center of gravity, rarely moving his feet on the board.
You're waiting for these huge, massive bands of energy and power, and you're making it so that you're just slipping in there right at the right moment, dropping into a wave, and a lot of times it's just a split-second reaction from getting a wave breaking right on your head or getting the ride of your life.
The surfing world had found its perfect champion, except he wanted nothing to do with being a champion. While other professionals embraced celebrity, Curren physically recoiled from the spotlight. In 1986, at the height of his fame, he revealed his ambivalence. There's a lot more to life than winning a championship. All it signifies is who's best at getting 4 waves to the beach, and when you look at it in that form, it's really insignificant.
Tom, it's been an incredible time for you. You become the world champion. What comes after that? What's the future for Tom Curren?
Well, the future for me, of course, is to stay on the circuit. I'm only 21 years old, and really my career, I think, has just started. I hope that I can have, the same success again, and to be able to achieve what I dreamed of doing and planned out and mapped out for the whole year. And I'll be traveling to all the spots on the tour, and I'm really looking forward to it. There's a lot of good surf out there, and there's the events, and there's also the free surfing sessions, which are real special moments.
That same year, he claimed his second world title while making a political statement unusual for surfers, boycotting events in South Africa to protest against apartheid, placing personal values above professional gain. In 1981, Curren met Marie, a French teenager, at the Channel Islands surf shop. They married in 1983 and relocated to France's Basque region, starting a family with children Leanne and Nathan. France offered Curren space to reconnect with surfing's simpler pleasures, but by the late 1980s, his competitive performances declined dramatically. In 1989, he virtually dropped off the tour, seemingly burned out at just 25. Then, in 1990, Curren stunned the surfing world with one of the most remarkable comebacks in the sport's history. Returning to full-time competition, he claimed an unprecedented 7-event victories in a single season, securing his 3rd world championship. This pushed his career total to 33 championship event wins, a record second only to Kelly Slater, underlining his dominance during surfing's most competitive era. And then, having proved all he needed to prove, Curren walked away from full-time competition. The early 1990s saw him become the face of Rip Curl's groundbreaking The Search campaign, a concept that emphasized seeking surfing's pure essence in undiscovered locations. This philosophy of pursuit and exploration perfectly aligned with Curren's nature and would profoundly influence modern surf travel and culture. In 1993, during a competition in France, Curren sparked a revolution in surfboard design by riding a 1970s 5'5" twin-fin fish, a short, wide design that had fallen out of favor. His exceptional performance on this seemingly outdated equipment caused surfers worldwide to reconsider alternative board designs, launching a resurgence of interest in retro shapes that continues today.
Okay, my very first surfboard. My parents bought it for me at Haleiwa for $10. Took it back to California and surfed it until it was pretty much done. I don't remember the dimensions, but 1970, that's when it was.
Shortboard, longboard?
Shortboard.
Shortboard.
Aloha Surf Heritage.
That same year, as his marriage to Marie ended, Curren released his first musical recording, Ocean Surf Aces, and toured both U.S. coasts with his band. By 1994, he had married Makara Caicedo, with whom he would have 2 sons, Francis and Patrick. Music had been Curren's passion since childhood, and he mastered multiple instruments including guitar, drums, and bass. He continued developing as a musician, releasing a self-titled album in 2003 and In Plain View in 2015, which earned a 3-star review from Rolling Stone, noting that he can navigate a studio as well as a wave. Today, in his late 50s, Curren continues to push boundaries through experimental surfcraft. While many former champions settle into predictable patterns, Curren is often spotted riding bizarre self-shaped designs, finless skimboards, traditional alayas, or vintage boards in conditions most wouldn't attempt. This approach directly connects to his father Pat's legacy as a master shaper, but Tom takes it in radically different directions. His willingness to embrace unconventional equipment has helped legitimize a more diverse range of surfcraft in the modern era. Despite his age, he still makes even the strangest craft look effortless. When Kelly Slater opened his revolutionary surf ranch, Curren was among the first invited to ride it, demonstrating his unparalleled understanding of wave mechanics.
I knew it was going to barrel, but I didn't want to be too far in front and too deep, and so at one point I was thinking, oh, I blew it, I'm too deep. But I just kind of...
Even after retiring from full-time competition, Curren maintains a presence in the surfing community. He occasionally participates in events on the ASP World Qualifying Series and serves as a wild card in World Championship Tour contests, bridging generations of surfers with his timeless style. Family life with Makira and their children has given Curren the stability that the professional tour never could. His daughter Leanne followed in his footsteps, becoming an accomplished professional surfer, continuing the Curren legacy with the family's characteristic avoidance of self-promotion. Christianity remains central to Curren's identity. When asked how he deals with fear in heavy surf conditions, his simple answer, "I pray," reveals how seamlessly his spiritual life integrates with his athletic pursuits. This foundation has informed his environmental consciousness as well, with Curren supporting various ocean conservation efforts throughout his career. Tom Curren's influence extends far beyond his competitive achievements. His technical innovations revolutionized power surfing. His flowing style became the template that countless surfers would emulate, with champions like Kelly Slater and John Florence openly acknowledging his influence. His collaborations with Al Merrick advanced surfboard design, while his later experimentation with alternative shapes expanded equipment possibilities.
I've had to deal with Brad early in the rounds, practically every event I've surfed in. So that's one of the things that's hard for me this year, because Brad's a great surfer, and I always have to produce the top performance very early. So it keeps me on my toes, and I'm sure it's not the last time I'll be meeting him.
Yet perhaps his greatest legacy is philosophical, how he chose to live authentically in a world demanding conformity. Curren showed that a champion could reject the trappings of championship, that an artist could let his art speak while remaining silent himself. His inductions into the Surfing Walk of Fame in 1995 and the Surfers Hall of Fame in 2003 formalized what the surfing world already knew, that Tom Curren represented something singular and essential in the sport's evolution. Not just a champion, but a philosopher in motion. Not just a stylist, but style itself. In an age of carefully crafted public personas, Curren remains refreshingly real. His life reminds us that true greatness doesn't always fit neatly into categories. Sometimes it exists completely outside them, in a world all its own. Tom Curren, champion, artist, musician, seeker, still surfing to the beat of his own distinctive rhythm. Still showing us, wave by perfect wave, that the most profound statements are often made not through words, but through action, through flow, through living a life that is truly out of this world. Want more mind-blowing surf stories? Subscribe to Insane Surfer for exclusive documentaries, rare footage, and in-depth profiles of surfing's most extraordinary legends. Hit that subscribe button now. Epic waves are waiting.